Okay, let's start with prospecting. Prospecting is the step where we are going to create a list of various customers that we would like to focus on. And qualifying is the step of figuring out which of those customers in that list that we are actually going to contact. Okay. So there are various ways how you can do prospecting. And that means you're going to create a list, right? So how do we do that? There are a couple of links that I have given here, go.osu.edu/Experian or go.osu.edu/Hoovers. So I'm just going to go to that Hoovers link. And once you log in, it will look like this. So let us say we want to sell some type of items to a bunch of companies, maybe some restaurants. So I'm just going to click on build a company list. And then it's asking, where do you want to create this? So I can just go here and try to pick up different types of things, what type of companies that I want to choose from, and where they are located, how many employees are there, and I can use various criteria. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of find Wooster, Ohio. So there it comes. And once you do that, you can simply click on view results and you can see all the companies that are in Wooster. So if you are trying to sell some type of accounting services, let us say you are an accountant and you want to work with businesses that are in Wooster, Ohio, here is your list of all the companies in Wooster, Ohio. Now you can find 4 or 5 customers and then try to contact them and see whether they are interested in taking your services or not. So this is what we call prospecting. Now I'm sure companies such as Wooster Brush Company or say Luke Clutch System, City of Wooster, Scheffler Transmission. These are all really big entities and they may not be interested in taking your services. They may have their own accountant. They may already have existing people that are helping with them. In that case, you may want to kind of narrow it down based on the number of employees. Say for instance, you can narrow it down based on the sales. Okay, so this Maurice Umsted's crop and animal production, their sales is 175,000. Let's say you focus only on the smaller customers who have about $500,000 revenue or less in a year. You can identify only them and you can contact them. So these are the various ways how you can do prospecting. Okay, and this is what I did when you click on this go.osu.edu/Hoovers. Now you can also go to this farm market ID. That is a very common thing especially for those in agriculture. So let me go here, and when you click on this, you can see how you can use their data, and they use a lot of data from the USDA to identify which of the farmers that you want to focus on, and if you're going to sell fertilizers or seeds or tractors or animals for that sake, and they will give you a lot of information of who are the farmers, where are they located, how many acres they have, what is the shape of their land plots. Everything will be given to you. Okay, so you will have to subscribe for that. As you can see here, there are lots of benefits to going there because it saves you a lot of time. So there are various ways how you can do that as well. Okay, I encourage you to click on this particular video links where it says say 445. That kind of gives an introduction to farm market ID. And there is another website called Farm Data, US Farm Data. When you click open, it goes to this particular link, and there also they have a list of 2 million farmers and ranchers addresses. So you can simply click on search, and then you can say I want to find the farmers that are in Ohio, and then if you simply say you can even select city and zip codes and things like that, and then simply say get count. It will give you about 70,000 farmers in Ohio. Now, do you want to contact all the 70,000 farmers? Obviously not, because you are a small company, you don't have time. So you will have to revise it further. So you can go down by, you can reduce it by the crop, okay, by the geographic location. Maybe you select only 5 counties instead of all the 88 counties or whatever that number is. So you have to pay attention to how you select your customers, and that is prospecting. Now, if you think about it, we are getting 70,000, 100,000 customers, so 70,000 farmer data in Ohio, and you put them into this leads, and then out of these leads you are going to maybe select a few based on qualifying. You are going to select them, and then you are actually going to contact them, and you will see that very few people will be turning out to your customers. Let's say you contact all the 70,000, maybe 700 people will become your customers. That is, only 1% of the people that you contact actually become your customers. So it can be like time consuming, it can be tedious. So that is where you have to ask yourself, do I really want to have this kind of a funnel approach? Okay, so here is a simple exposition of this funnel in the software called AnyLogic. As you will see here, there are 100% of the customers are coming, and the prospects, so many of them don't qualify. So you can see that they are all the one that is going to the top over here. About 45% of them don't qualify. So only 55% qualifies. Out of them, at the time of waiting quote, some of them don't like the quote, or the quote is too late, so they leave, that you can see here. And only a small portion of them is actually going to get that. And credit review, so this is some kind of a loan application. Okay, many people are rejected, and only select few are getting approved. And finally, about 6% of the people that applied for the loan is actually getting the loan here. So the thing is, it can be, this is what we call a sales funnel. So 100% of the customers come, okay, and out of 56 only remain, and only 20% are eligible, and only 6 or 7% are getting the loans. This is what we call a sales funnel. And the thing is, it can be pretty inefficient. Okay, so you might be thinking, isn't it hugely inefficient to contact this many people, and only 1% or 5% or 10% of the people are actually becoming your customers? So that is the biggest thing that you need to ask yourself. How can you save your time? Because instead of going to a random person and try to make them your customer, maybe there are some other ways of doing that. And for that, first you have to create a profile of your ideal buyer. Where are they located? How many acres of land they will have? How many animals they have? What's their annual sales amount, and things like that. And what type of qualities and characteristics they will have. What specific problems they have that you can solve, and then in what ways should the buyer be compatible with you or your organization. Some people may want to buy things on credit, and they won't pay you for 30 days, 60 days, sometimes 120 days, let's say. Do you want to work with that customer? You need to ask yourself. So once you know whether you want to work with them or not, that will kind of give you an idea that you probably don't have to contact 70,000 people. You may have to contact only 10,000, or maybe you can contact only 5,000. Out of that 5,000, maybe 700 will become your customers. Maybe that is the right approach that you need to do. For that, you need to create a right profile. Okay, so in the next video clip, we will talk about how you can reduce the amount of time searching through all the leads and finding out who your prospects are and customers. Okay, so I'm going to kind of talk a little bit differently in the next video clip, so that we save our time on shifting through these leads and prospects.